Warning, this video is going to spoil the Takagi-san movie. There isn't going to be a plot synopsis, so this should absolutely not be your first exposure to the film. Also, and I swear I don't usually do this, following this video I will be starting an in-depth analysis series on Takagi-san Season 3. So make sure you subscribe if you want to stick around for that. It's no secret that I was not impressed by the Season 3 finale. As suspected, I have warmed up to it a little since my first viewing, but it still left a sour taste for the series. I want you to keep this in mind as I say the following. The Takagi-san movie is excellent. I had a great time with it, and it more than makes up for the disappointing ending of Season 3. I should probably be clear about what I mean when I say that. In my original first impressions video, I said I disliked the Season 3 finale because there was no confession. But on reflection, that wasn't the issue. The film doesn't have a confession either. In fact, it kind of does something I was dreading from the third season, but it didn't bother me. Why? Because the film was able to set expectations appropriately. It didn't need an explosive climax because it didn't build up to one. That's not to say there are no big moments in the movie, but I'm getting ahead of myself. The film takes place over the course of the last summer break our characters will get as middle schoolers. Not just our protagonists, there's also a B plot and a C plot to go with it. Now, you all know how I feel about our B-plot trio and their stories, but here's the thing, this B-plot story is excellent. I'd go as far as to say that it matches the quality of the main plot. The best way I can describe it is Mina has an existential crisis. Any of you who have moved schools or graduated know that you will inevitably grow apart from some of your friends. Sane is the catalyst for this threat to the trio's status quo, as she may have to go to a different high school to pursue her passion. Mina understands this threat entirely and is desperate to freeze time and make their friendships last forever. Yukari also understands this threat, but is a little more resigned to the fact that they probably won't be friends forever. I actually got a little choked up watching their story play out. Would it have been impactful had I not endured hours of them bumming around doing nothing? I don't think so. The boys' C-plot is also related to the theme of freezing time, but in a more literal sense. Takeo and Kimura have been tasked with taking photos of their class for their yearbook. When they initially fool around with this responsibility, they get lectured by Tanabe, who tells them that these are their last moments as middle schoolers, and that their jobs to capture these moments is a huge responsibility. A responsibility they immediately take more seriously. But that's enough about the side characters. You'll want to know my thoughts on the leading duo's main plot. Honestly, up until the end, there isn't much to say that hasn't been said before. The bulk of their plot revolves around looking after a stray kitten and trying to find it a home. This becomes a rather intense bonding exercise for the two of them. Naming the kitten gives each of them insight into the other's thought processes and priorities. Nishikata doesn't even try to hold back how much he adores this cat. And then we have my favourite moment in the entire film. Nishikata wakes up to realise there's a terrible storm and runs to the temple to ensure Hana is okay. On the way he meets with Takagi, who clearly had the same thought. When they find her, Takagi pulls a small towel out of her raincoat to dry her off. When they find shelter, she pulls out another towel for Nishikata. I love this moment. It suggests that she knew she would find him here and that he would have been soaked from going overboard with the rescue. Those who have seen the film might wonder why that is my favourite part and not the more obvious choice after another family takes Hana. First of all, that scene is brilliant. It's got this intense sadness to it, and this vibe only gets escalated when they are walking home afterwards and Takagi breaks down. I'll go into more detail when I analyse the film properly, but needless to say, this cat represented something significant to these two. Despite knowing she's going to a good home, losing Hana is devastating in more ways than one. This is when Nishikata steps up and promises Takagi that not only will Hana be happy for the rest of her life, but that he will make it his mission to make Takagi happy for the rest of hers. Those who haven't seen the film are probably gobsmacked that this is not my favourite moment in the entire series, let alone the film. But there's one thing holding it back. Remember when Season 3 first dropped on High Dive and the OP had this really derpy looking Nishikata? Well, derpy Nishikata strikes again in the most critical scene in the entire film. So yeah, it's a beautiful scene, but it's difficult to take seriously when they cut to this face. I've seen speculation that this was an intentional choice to make Nishikata look more mature for this moment, but honestly, I wish they would have just kept his original design, because changing it just made this scene distracting. The climax of the film more than makes up for it. Kimura gets another chance to be best bro, Nishikata gets some redemption for what happened at the end of Season 2, and when Takagi tells him that she will make him happy too, Nishikata accepts it. This isn't a confession per se, but since the film wasn't explicitly building to one, I can take it for the genuine moment of mutual affection that it is. Before you ask, yes, I saw the post-credit scene, yes, it was excellent, no, I will not be talking about it here, because I bet that half the people who saw the film didn't stick around for it. And those are my first impressions of the Takagi-san movie, and you know what that means, it's time to start analysing. Please do not expect weekly uploads as I did for Season 2. My circumstances have recently changed for the better, but as a result, there is no way I am going to have time to do a video every week. Uploads will basically happen when they're ready, but I hope you stick around for it. I'd like to thank my patrons, Orion Tran, Lars Espen, Data52, Jaman5, Pixcalibur, Tyler Bennett, Tenka, Jeremy Pashik, Fireclaw, Chris, Luke Stewart, Ignacio, Swiss Cage, Gerald, and John Lowe. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you next time.